Right now, I'm going to talk about a very important job aspect. Now, this aspect is your age. The age gap is an eternal problem in Indian scientific ecosystem. So you must be wondering, what is this? What is this age gap? Now, in this video, I'll break down how age matters for job application in India. I can tell you this because I am applying for jobs, and right now I have finished my PhD. I'm 29. Now the question is basically, what is the optimal age for application? What is the age cutoff? That means beyond that you cannot apply for a job. And is there any relaxation for females versus males? Or let's say if you have any other kind of medical problems, etc. So that is why this particular video is super important, super informative and interesting. I wish somebody has told me this before. I would have taken my decision in a different way. But unfortunately, I didn't have any particular clue about this until I finished my PhD. So I finished my PhD when I'm about to reach 29 years, which is not so bad in terms of considering the average. Generally, people finish PhD around 30 to 32 broadly. So I'll tell you why it happens. Why does people become 30 or 32 while they're applying for job? In academia only, I'm talking about academia. That means you're applying for assistant professor jobs, scientific positions like scientific officers, scientific assistants, ya fir, assistant professor, all these kind of things. So why does it take time? The reason behind that is people finish PhD at around 30 to 32. Now this has other evidences that people have finished early or even people have finished late. But most commonly people finish within 30 to 32. And it happens because after MSc, people spend some amount of time in preparation of CSIR NET or getting some sort of fellowship. And sometimes, depending upon the work, depending upon the model system that they use, maybe flies, maybe bacteria, or maybe mouse, चीज़ों में time लगता है, right? Because okay, if you use mouse as a model system, your work would be slower compared to if you use a bacteria as your model system. It is highly dependent on your question, but anyway, time lag jata hai. But the problem and the shock comes when you apply for a job. There is an age cutoff of 35 in most of the cases. So there are exceptions, but in majority of the cases, the age cutoff in job application for India is 35 for men, and there are 2 years of relaxation for females. If I knew this from before, I wouldn't have wasted a single month after my exams or after my degrees. So this sort of age constraint imposes a huge challenge in India, and it reduces the flexibility, because imagine a person doesn't get the lab that they like in India. So if they want to discontinue in that lab and start PhD in a different lab, it would at least cost him or her 2 years, right? And by that time, the age doesn't stop, right? You age in that process. And if there is an age cutoff at 35, then it's detrimental. So believe me on that. If you just apply for a job, you won't get a job. It's not that easy after PhD even. Even after doing PhD from a reputed institute in India, it's not that easy. It's not that the job would land on your feet. It's not going to happen like that. You have to actively look for jobs. You have to actively make your networks. That's how you can increase the probability of getting a job. Still, that doesn't ensure you will get a job. Job market is in crisis, and that's the reality. And this is why I am making the video, because I wish somebody would have painted a transparent picture in front of my eyes. Everybody give me a pseudo hope that okay, after PhD you would get a beautiful job and your life would be set. ऐसा नहीं है. It's not that I'm getting no job. I'm definitely getting job, but let's say I aim for some sort of a top job that I want to do. It is actually difficult to get because the competition is huge imagine how many PhDs are graduating every year and how many of them are getting actually a job. The numbers are not really tallying, and this is a problem. That is why my opinion is start early, look for job. Even if you are in 3rd or 4th years of PhD, start job application. If you have a distinct goal that you would be an assistant professor, research kind of academician, then you should go for a postdoc, or otherwise I think one should possibly look for a job very quickly, because A, you need money, B, you might need stability in your life. कितने दिन भागते भागते घूमते फिरोगे, right? You might need a stability in your life. That is why one should apply for job as quick as possible. And the age criteria is going to make it very difficult.